Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. There is a reason so many successful people wake up early. Before the world becomes noisy, before the pressure begins, before distractions take over, they give their mind a moment of peace, focus, and power. That quiet morning time is where discipline grows, where goals become clear, and where real change begins. Waking up early is not just about leaving the bed. It is about rising before excuses, before laziness, and before the world starts controlling your day. In today's video, you will learn 11 powerful secrets to wake up early and slowly build a stronger, better, more successful life. So listen carefully, because one strong morning can change a day, and many strong mornings can change your entire life. And as you listen to this video in simple and clear English, you will also improve your English listening and understanding skills. Secret 1. Understand why waking up early changes everything. Before you try to wake up early, you must understand something very important. People do not change their habits until they change their understanding. Many people try to wake up early for a few days, but they fail quickly. The reason is simple. They never understood why waking up early matters. When you wake up late, your day begins with pressure. The alarm rings, you feel tired, you rush to get ready, you check your phone, messages start coming, responsibilities start appearing, and before you even understand what is happening, your mind is already full of noise. You are not leading the day, you are chasing the day. But when you wake up early, something very different happens. Early morning is the most peaceful time of the day. The world is quiet. The distractions are low. Your brain is fresh after sleep. Your mind is clear. And this creates a powerful opportunity. This is the moment when you can do the things that actually improve your life. You can read. You can learn. You can think about your goals. You can exercise. You can work on something important without interruptions. Many successful people understand this secret very well. They do not wake up early because someone told them to. They wake up early because they know that the morning hours are the most valuable hours of the entire day. If you protect your morning, you protect your future. That is why the first step is not forcing yourself to wake up early. The first step is understanding that waking up early is not a punishment. It is an opportunity. Once your mind truly understands this, discipline becomes much easier. And that is where the real transformation begins. Secret 2. Sleep early. Everyone says, I want to wake up early, but very few people ask the real question. What time do I go to sleep? You see, waking up early is not a morning problem. It is actually a night problem. Many people try to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning while they are still awake at midnight, watching random videos, scrolling on social media, or doing things that do not really matter. Then the alarm rings, and the body feels tired. The brain feels heavy. The eyes feel painful. And in that moment, the bed feels like the most comfortable place in the world. So the person presses snooze. And then they say, waking up early is very difficult. But the truth is simple. It is not difficult to wake up early. It is difficult to sleep late and still expect your body to wake up fresh. Your body is not a machine. It follows a natural rhythm. If you respect that rhythm, your mornings become easier. Think about it like this. Imagine two different people. The first person goes to sleep at 1 a.m. The second person goes to sleep at 10 p.m. Now both of them try to wake up at 5:30 a.m. What will happen? The first person will feel exhausted. Their body is still trying to recover. Their mind is foggy. They feel irritated. But the second person wakes up after 7 or 7.5 hours of sleep. Their body is rested. Their mind is clear. The alarm rings and they can actually get up. This is why the secret to waking up early begins before the night begins. A strong morning always starts with a disciplined evening. So, what should you do? First, start reducing stimulation before bed. Do not spend the last hour of the night filling your brain with noise from social media or endless videos. Instead, let your mind slow down. You could read something useful. You could reflect on your day. You could plan tomorrow. These small habits calm your mind and tell your brain that the day is ending. Second, keep your sleeping time consistent. When you sleep at the same time every night, your body slowly learns the pattern. After some time, something interesting happens. You may start feeling sleepy naturally at that time. Your body begins helping you. And that is when waking up early becomes much easier. Because the goal is not to fight your body. The goal is to train your body. When you respect sleep, sleep rewards you with energy. And when you wake up with real energy, the morning stops feeling like a struggle. It starts feeling like a fresh beginning. Secret 3. Avoid heavy food at dinner. Now let us talk about something that most people never think about when they talk about waking up early. Dinner. Yes, dinner. What you eat at night can quietly decide how you feel the next morning. Many people finish their day by eating a very heavy meal. Large portions. Oily food, too much sugar. Sometimes they eat very late, just before going to bed. And after eating all of that, they lie down and try to sleep. But the body cannot rest properly. Why? Because the digestive system is still working very hard. While you are trying to sleep, your body is busy processing food. Instead of relaxing, your body is working, and that affects the quality of your sleep. Then morning comes. The alarm rings. But your body feels slow and heavy. You do not feel fresh. You feel lazy. And you start believing that you are not a morning person. But often the real reason is not personality. The real reason is night habits. Think about how your body works. When dinner is lighter and earlier, the body has enough time to digest the food before sleep. Then, when you go to bed, your body can truly relax. Your heart rate slows down. Your breathing becomes calm. Your brain enters deeper and healthier sleep cycles. And deep sleep is what restores your energy. When the morning arrives, you wake up feeling lighter and more active. Imagine 2 different evenings. In the first evening, someone eats a very heavy dinner at 10:30 p.m. After that, they immediately lie down and sleep. In the second evening, someone eats a lighter dinner at 7:30 or 8 p.m. After that, they walk a little, relax, and then go to bed. Who do you think will wake up feeling better? The second person, because their body had time to digest the food and rest properly. This is why small habits matter. You do not need extreme discipline. You just need better decisions. Try eating dinner a little earlier. Try eating slightly lighter meals. Give your body the chance to rest. When the body rests well, the morning becomes easier. And when mornings become easier, waking up early stops feeling like a battle. It starts feeling like a natural part of your life. Secret 4. Put your alarm far from your bed. Let us talk about a small trick that can create a very big change in your mornings. Most people fail to wake up early for one simple reason: the snooze button. You know this moment. The alarm rings. Your eyes open for a second. Your brain says, just 5 more minutes. And those 5 minutes turn into 20. Sometimes 30. The problem is not laziness. The problem is comfort. When the alarm is next to your pillow, your brain does not need to make any effort. Your hand automatically presses snooze, and your body falls back into sleep. So here is a simple but powerful rule. Do not keep the alarm next to your bed. Put the alarm far away from your bed. Put it on the table. Put it across the room. Now something interesting happens. When the alarm rings, you must physically get out of bed to turn it off. You have to stand up. And that small action changes everything. Because once your body stands up, your brain starts waking up. Your heart rate increases a little. Your blood begins circulating faster. Your mind slowly becomes alert. That moment is the most important moment of the entire morning. If you stay in bed, you lose the battle. If you stand up, you win the first victory of the day. Example. Imagine two different people. The first person keeps their alarm beside their pillow. The alarm rings. They press snooze. They close their eyes again, and suddenly 40 minutes have passed. Now they wake up feeling guilty, rushed, and stressed. The second person keeps the alarm across the room. The alarm rings. They walk to the table, turn it off, and now they are already standing. At that moment, going back to bed becomes harder. So they open the window, they stretch their body, they drink water. Within 5 minutes, their body is awake. The difference between these two mornings started with a very small decision. Sometimes success in life does not require complicated systems. Sometimes it only requires removing the easy path to laziness. And placing your alarm far from your bed is one of those simple decisions that can quietly change your life. Because when you win the first moment of the morning, you build confidence. And confidence is the fuel of discipline. Secret 5. Have a morning routine. Waking up early will not change your life by itself. What changes your life is what you do after waking up. This is where many people make a big mistake. They wake up early for a few days, but they do not know what to do next. So they check their phone. They scroll through social media. They watch random videos. And after a few days, their brain asks a simple question. Why am I waking up early if I am doing the same useless things? And slowly, the motivation disappears. That is why you must create a morning routine. A morning routine gives purpose to your early hours. It tells your brain that this time is valuable. The first hour of your day is extremely powerful. Your mind is fresh. Your attention is strong. Your brain absorbs information faster. If you use this hour wisely, it can improve your entire life. Imagine a simple routine like this. You wake up. First, you drink a glass of water to wake up your body. Then you stretch your muscles for a few minutes to activate your energy. After that, you read something useful or learn something new. Maybe you practice English speaking. Maybe you plan your goals. Maybe you exercise. These small actions may look ordinary, but when they happen every single morning, they create extraordinary results. A powerful morning routine is like investing in yourself every day. It is not about doing something dramatic. It is about doing small things consistently. And consistency quietly builds a powerful life. Remember this truth. If you wake up early but waste the morning, nothing will change. But if you wake up early and use the morning wisely, you will slowly become a completely different person. That is the power of a strong morning routine. Secret 6. Don't sleep in the afternoon. Now listen carefully. Resting is not bad. Your body sometimes needs relaxation. But long afternoon sleep can quietly destroy your ability to wake up early. Why? Because your body works with something called sleep pressure. Sleep pressure means the longer you stay awake during the day, the more naturally your body becomes ready for sleep at night. But when you sleep for a long time in the afternoon, that pressure disappears. Your body becomes confused. Night arrives, but your body does not feel tired enough. You lie in bed, but sleep does not come easily. Then what happens? You stay awake later and later, and the next morning when the alarm rings, your body is still tired. Your brain feels heavy. You want to stay in bed. So the problem did not start in the morning. The problem started in the afternoon. This does not mean you can never rest during the day. A very short rest, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, can be fine. But long afternoon sleep often destroys your ability to sleep early at night. And if you cannot sleep early, you cannot wake up early. So remember this powerful principle. If you want strong mornings, you must protect your night sleep. And protecting night sleep means being careful with afternoon sleep. Sometimes discipline is not about doing more things. Sometimes discipline is about removing small habits that quietly damage your life. And controlling afternoon sleep is one of those habits. Secret 7. Have a good reason to wake up early. You can have the best alarm clock. You can know all the techniques. You can try many systems. But if your mind does not have a reason to wake up, your body will always choose sleep. Your brain always asks a silent question. Why should I wake up? If the answer is weak, the bed will always win. Imagine someone who wakes up early with no purpose. They wake up, look around, and ask themselves, what should I do now? Maybe they check their phone. Maybe they scroll through social media. Maybe they go back to bed. After a few days, their brain starts thinking, why am I waking up early for this? And slowly the habit disappears. But now imagine a different person. This person wakes up early with a clear reason. Maybe they want to improve their health. Maybe they want to learn English. Maybe they want to build a business. Maybe they want to change their life. When the alarm rings, their brain does not ask, why wake up? The brain already knows the answer. The alarm becomes a signal for opportunity. Imagine someone who dreams of becoming fluent in English. They decide to wake up early every morning to practice speaking, reading, and listening. At first, it feels difficult, but every morning they remember their reason. They imagine themselves speaking confidently. They imagine new opportunities. They imagine a better future. That reason gives them energy. And slowly, something amazing happens. The morning stops feeling like a struggle. It starts feeling like a step toward their dream. This is the secret most people ignore. Discipline becomes much easier when your life has meaningful goals. Without purpose, waking up early feels like suffering. With purpose, waking up early feels like progress. So ask yourself honestly, why do you want to wake up early? What will you do with those quiet hours? How will those hours improve your life? When your reason becomes strong, something changes inside you. Your alarm clock stops being an enemy. It becomes a reminder of the life you are building. And that is when waking up early becomes not just a habit, but a path to transformation. Secret 8. Get light into your eyes immediately. Most people wake up and stay inside a dark room. The curtains are closed. The lights are dim. Sometimes they even start using their phone immediately while still lying in bed. And when the room is dark, your brain receives a signal that says, maybe it is still night. Maybe we should continue sleeping. Your body works with a natural system called the biological clock. This clock tells your body when it is time to sleep and when it is time to wake up. And one of the strongest signals for this clock is light. When natural light enters your eyes, your brain receives a clear message. The day has started. At that moment, your brain begins releasing hormones that increase alertness. Your body temperature rises slightly. Your mind becomes clearer. You begin to feel awake. This is why one of the best habits after waking up is very simple. Open the window. Let sunlight enter the room. Or even better, step outside for a few minutes. You do not need anything complicated. Just a few minutes of natural light can help your body reset itself. Imagine someone who wakes up at 6 in the morning but stays inside a dark room. They sit on their bed and start checking messages on their phone. Their eyes look at the screen, but the room around them is still dark and quiet. Their body remains half asleep. Now imagine another person. They wake up at 6. They immediately open the curtains. Sunlight fills the room. Fresh air enters. They step outside for a few minutes. Within moments, their brain begins waking up naturally. Their body feels more active. Their mind feels clearer. The difference is not discipline. The difference is environment. Sometimes we try to force ourselves to wake up using motivation alone. But the smarter approach is to use the natural systems of the body. Light is one of those systems. And when you use it wisely, your mornings become easier and more natural. Over time, something even more interesting happens. Your body starts adjusting its internal clock. You may begin waking up at the same time every morning, even before the alarm rings, because your body has learned the rhythm. And that rhythm begins with something as simple as letting light enter your eyes when the day begins. Secret 9. Move your body immediately. Many people wake up and stay completely still. They sit on the bed. They lie down again. They scroll through their phone. Their body remains slow and inactive. And because the body is inactive, the brain also remains sleepy. But there is a powerful connection between movement and energy. When you move your body, something amazing happens. Your blood begins circulating faster. More oxygen reaches your brain. Your muscles become active. Your nervous system wakes up. Within a few minutes, your entire body begins shifting from sleep mode to action mode. That is why one of the best things you can do after waking up is move your body immediately. Not tomorrow. Not after breakfast. Immediately. Now do not imagine something extreme. You do not need an intense workout the moment you wake up. Even small movements can create a huge difference. Stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, walk around the room, wash your face with cold water, take a short walk outside. These simple actions send a message to your brain. The day has begun. It is time to become active. Think about a car engine in the morning. When a car stays parked all night, the engine becomes cold and inactive. If you start the car and immediately try to drive very fast, the engine will not perform well because it is still warming up. That is why many drivers let the engine run for a short moment. As the engine begins to move, the oil starts circulating, the parts begin warming up, and the car becomes ready to drive smoothly. Your body works in a very similar way. When you wake up, your body has been still for many hours. Your muscles are relaxed, Your blood circulation is slow, and your brain is still in sleep mode. Movement is like starting the engine of your body. When you stretch, walk, or do a few simple exercises, your blood begins moving faster. Oxygen reaches your brain, and your body quickly shifts from sleep mode to energy mode. That is why moving your body immediately in the morning helps your mind wake up faster and prepares you for a powerful start to the day. Energy does not always come before action. Very often, energy comes after action. When you move your body, your brain follows. And when your brain wakes up, the entire day begins with strength. When the alarm rings, do not stay still. Stand up. Move your body. Even a few minutes of movement can transform the way your morning feels. And when your morning begins with energy instead of laziness, you slowly become a person who controls the day instead of chasing it. Secret 10. Have a fixed schedule for every day. Your body is an intelligent system. It learns patterns. It observes routines. And when it understands a rhythm, it begins cooperating with you. But most people live with a very chaotic schedule. One day they sleep at 10:30 p.m. Another day they sleep at midnight. On weekends, they sleep at 2 a.m. One day they wake up at 6 a.m. Another day they wake up at 9 a.m. From the body's perspective, this creates complete confusion. Imagine if the sunrise happened at a different time every day. Sometimes at 4 a.m., sometimes at 8 a.m., sometimes at noon. Nature would become chaotic. Your body works the same way. Your internal clock needs stability. When you wake up at the same time every day, your body slowly learns that pattern. At first, it may feel difficult, but after some days, something interesting begins to happen. Your body starts preparing itself before the alarm even rings. You may begin waking up a few minutes earlier naturally. Why? Because your brain has learned the schedule. This is the power of a fixed routine. Example: think about a train system. Trains run successfully because they follow a fixed timetable. Every train arrives and leaves at a specific time. Passengers trust that schedule. The entire system works smoothly because everything follows a consistent rhythm. Now imagine if trains had no fixed schedule. One day the train arrives at 6 a.m. Another day it arrives at 9 a.m. Another day it comes in the afternoon. Passengers would become confused. The entire system would become chaotic and unreliable. Your body works in a very similar way. Your brain has an internal clock that depends on consistency. When you wake up and sleep at the same time every day, your body learns the pattern and begins preparing itself automatically. But if your sleeping and waking time keeps changing, your internal clock becomes confused, just like a train system without a timetable. That is why having a fixed schedule trains your body to wake up naturally and consistently. Secret 11. Protect the first hour of the day. Many people wake up and the very first thing they do is pick up their phone. Notifications, messages, social media, news, random videos. Within minutes, their mind becomes filled with other people's thoughts, opinions, problems, and distractions. Their brain becomes scattered. And the most powerful hour of the day is lost. But highly disciplined people treat the first hour of the morning differently. They protect it. They understand that the first hour of the day shapes the rest of the day. When you wake up, your brain is still in a very calm and clear state. Your attention is fresh. Your mind is not overloaded with information yet. This is the best moment to focus on things that build your future. Reading, learning, thinking, planning, improving your skills. reflecting on your goals. Now imagine two different mornings. The first person wakes up and immediately opens social media. Within 10 minutes, they see dozens of posts, opinions, and random information. Their brain becomes distracted before the day even begins. The second person wakes up and does something completely different. They sit quietly with a notebook. They write their goals. They read something meaningful. They spend a few minutes learning a new skill. They exercise. That 1 hour becomes an investment in their future. Now imagine this difference repeated every single day for a year. One person spends the first hour consuming random information. The other person spends the first hour building themselves. Who will grow more? Who will become stronger mentally? Who will move closer to their dreams? The answer is obvious. Protecting the first hour of the day is like protecting the foundation of your life. Because the way you start the day often decides how the rest of the day will unfold. If the morning begins with distraction, the day becomes scattered. If the morning begins with purpose, the day becomes focused. So make a powerful rule for yourself. When you wake up, do not give the first hour to the world. Give it to yourself. Use that hour to become stronger, wiser, healthier, and more prepared for the day ahead. Over time, this one habit alone can quietly transform your life. Because great lives are not built in random moments. They are built in consistent, powerful mornings. Secret 12. Start now, not tomorrow. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is this: I will start tomorrow. Tomorrow I will wake up early. Tomorrow I will become disciplined. Tomorrow I will fix my routine. Tomorrow I will sleep on time. Tomorrow I will stop wasting my mornings. Tomorrow I will take my life seriously. But listen carefully. For many people, tomorrow is not a day. It is an escape. It is a comfortable word people use when they do not want to face change today. And that is why so many people stay stuck. Not because they are weak. Not because they are useless. Not because they are incapable. They stay stuck because they keep delaying the moment when real change begins. And every delay has a hidden cost. When you say, I will start tomorrow, what usually happens? Tomorrow comes. But your mind says the same thing again. Not today, tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And slowly, without even realizing it, a person can waste years of life waiting for the perfect day to begin. There is no perfect tomorrow. There is only the decision you make today. Many people think change begins with a huge action. They think they need a perfect plan, perfect energy, perfect timing, and perfect motivation. That is why they keep waiting. They think, I will start when I feel ready. I will start when my mind is fresh. I will start when life becomes easier. I will start when the right moment comes. But life does not work like that. The right moment usually does not arrive first. The right moment is often created after you begin. This is how discipline is born. Not when you feel fully ready, but when you say, even if I do not feel ready, I will still begin. That is why this secret matters so much for waking up early. Because many people listen to a video like this, feel motivated, feel emotional, feel inspired, and then do nothing. They say, this was powerful. I will start from tomorrow. And that one sentence destroys the whole effect. Because motivation without action changes nothing. Understanding without action changes nothing. Even a powerful idea becomes useless if it never enters your real life. So if you truly want to wake up early, the change must begin now. Not next Monday, not next month, not after some special date. Now. This does not mean you have to become perfect in one night. This does not mean tomorrow morning you must suddenly wake up at 4 a.m. and become a completely new person. No, that is not the message. The message is much wiser than that. The message is this: make the decision now. Begin now. Take the first step now. Maybe tonight you sleep 30 minutes earlier. Maybe tomorrow you wake up a little earlier than usual. Maybe tonight you put your phone away sooner. Maybe tomorrow morning you stand up when the alarm rings instead of pressing snooze. These are small actions. But never underestimate small actions. Because a big life is built through small actions repeated with seriousness. Let me give you a powerful example. Imagine a person standing at the bottom of a mountain. They look at the top and feel overwhelmed. The mountain is high. The journey looks long. And because it looks so difficult, they do nothing. They stay where they are. Now imagine another person. They also see the mountain. They also feel fear. They also know the journey is long. But they do one important thing. They take the first step. That first step does not put them on the top of the mountain. But it does something far more important. It breaks hesitation. It begins momentum. It proves that movement has started. And once movement starts, the journey becomes possible. Your morning routine works the same way. You do not need to conquer everything in one day. You just need to stop standing still. You need to stop dreaming about change and begin practicing change. Because action creates belief. Action creates confidence. Action creates identity. When you keep delaying, your mind learns delay. When you keep starting, your mind learns strength. This is why Start Now is such a life-changing principle. Because it teaches your mind not to worship comfort. It teaches your mind not to wait for perfect conditions. It teaches your mind to move. And movement is powerful. A person who starts imperfectly is far ahead of the person who keeps planning perfectly, but never begins. Let me say that again in a deeper way. The person who wakes up early just one day this week has already started building a new identity. The person who keeps saying, "I know all this, I will start later," is still trapped in the old one. That is why knowledge alone is not enough. You can know all the secrets. You can understand sleep, discipline, routine, sunlight, movement, focus, and purpose. But if you do not start, all that knowledge remains only in the mind. And life does not change inside your thoughts. Life changes inside your actions. Think about how many times people promise themselves things. I will change my life. I will become serious. I will fix my routine. I will wake up early. I will become disciplined. But promises without action slowly become painful. Why? Because every broken promise weakens self-trust. And when self-trust becomes weak, people stop believing in themselves. They begin to feel disappointed in their own words. That is why starting now matters so much. Because when you finally begin, even in a small way, you send a new message to your mind. This time I am serious. That message is powerful. That message rebuilds trust. That message creates self-respect. You start feeling different. Not because your whole life changed in one day, but because you finally stopped betraying your own potential. Now let me give you a non-person example so this becomes even clearer. Think about a ship in the ocean. A ship does not reach another country by dreaming about movement. It reaches another country by beginning to move, even slowly. At first, the movement may look small. The distance may still look huge. But once the ship starts moving in the right direction, every hour brings it closer to its destination. If the ship never leaves the shore, it does not matter how beautiful the map is, how strong the engine is, or how great the destination looks. Nothing changes until movement begins. Your life works the same way. Your dream morning, your disciplined life, your stronger future, all of that remains far away if you never leave the shore of excuses. You must move, even slowly, even imperfectly. But you must move. That is why "start now, not tomorrow" is not just a motivational line. Remember, most people spend their lives waiting for a big moment that will change everything. They think one day something dramatic will happen. A new opportunity will appear. A sudden burst of motivation will arrive, and their entire life will transform. But life rarely changes that way. Life changes quietly. Life changes through small decisions that you repeat every single day. And one of the most powerful of those decisions is how you start your morning. Think about this carefully. Every single morning you wake up, life gives you something incredibly valuable. A fresh beginning. Yesterday is gone. All the mistakes, all the worries, all the struggles are behind you. And the new day arrives like a blank page. You have another chance to move forward. Another chance to improve yourself. Another chance to take a small step toward the life you want. But most people never use that opportunity. They wake up late. They rush out of bed. They check their phone immediately. Their mind fills with noise, messages, problems, and distractions before the day has even begun. They spend the day reacting to life instead of designing their life. And slowly the days pass. One day becomes another day. Then a week passes, then a month, then a year. And without even realizing it, years of their life disappear in the same routine. But the people who truly change their lives understand something very powerful. They understand that success is not built in one dramatic moment. Success is built in quiet, disciplined mornings. While the world is still sleeping, they wake up. Not because it is easy, not because they feel perfect motivation, but because they understand something deeper. They understand that the early morning is a gift. It is a moment when the world is quiet and your mind can finally breathe. It is the moment when you can think clearly. The moment when you can plan your future. The moment when you can improve yourself without distractions. In those quiet hours, you can read, you can learn, you can exercise, you can practice your skills, you can work on the person you are becoming. And at first, these efforts look small. Waking up early one day does not change your life. Waking up early for 1 week does not change your life. But when you repeat those mornings again and again, something powerful begins to happen. Those small efforts begin to accumulate. Your mind becomes stronger. Your discipline becomes deeper. Your focus becomes sharper. Your confidence begins to grow. And slowly, almost silently, your life begins to move in a new direction. Then one day you look back, and you realize something incredible. Your life changed. Not because of luck, not because of some miracle, not because of one big decision, but because of hundreds of powerful mornings that you refused to waste. Because every powerful morning gave you one more step forward, one more lesson, one more moment of growth. And step by step, day by day, those mornings built a new version of you. So if you truly want to improve your life, do not wait for a perfect moment. Start with something simple. Start with tomorrow morning. Wake up with purpose. Stand up with discipline. Protect your time like it is the most valuable thing you own. Use those quiet hours to grow your mind, strengthen your body, and move closer to the life you want. Because powerful mornings create powerful days. Powerful days create powerful months. Powerful months create powerful years. And powerful years create extraordinary lives. Remember this truth. Your future is not decided by luck. Your future is built by your daily habits. And one of the most powerful habits you can build is simply this. Wake up early and take control of your life. Because your future is not waiting somewhere far away. Your future begins with the choices you make. And it can begin tomorrow morning.